Hello reception, we've got a maths activity for you today based on Superworm, which is our story of the week. So we're going to be doing some measuring today using worms. So what I'm going to do is show you what we've got here. And we're going to start by making 3 different shaped worms, okay, 3 different sizes. Now, you can use spaghetti, you could use string, you could use pieces of paper. I'm going to use some Play-Doh, you could use blades of grass, anything that you've got to hand that you can make into different lengths. So I'm going to use my Play-Doh. I'm just going to make some worm shapes first of all. Okay, there's one. Just to make it a bit more exciting, I found some googly eyes. Not that one can really see, that's my first worm, and I need 3 altogether. So I've got 1 and I need 3 altogether, so I need 2 more worms. Make a small one this time. 2. So I've got 2 and I need 3, so I need to do 1 more. Okay, right, that's the last one. A bit funny shape. And then some eyeballs. 1, 2. So here are my 3 worms. 1, 2, 3, and they should all be different lengths. So the next thing I'm going to do is see if I can put them in order from the shortest to the longest. So I'm going to have a look at them, and I think this one looks really short. He looks really tiny, this one, so I'm going to put him down here. And this one is the longest, so I'm going to move him over here a bit, which means this one is the medium-sized worm. Okay. If you want to challenge yourself, you can use more than 3 worms. You could do 4 worms or 5 worms and make them longer and shorter than mine. See if you can put them in order. So I've got my shortest worm, my medium length worm, and my longest worm. Now, we're going to do some non-standard measure next, which means we're going to use some objects to measure how long each worm is. I'm going to use my magic beans, and I'm going to line up my beans next to each worm and count how many beans long each worm is. So I'm going to start with my little worm. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my shortest worm is 4 beans long. 4 beans long, because we've measured him in beans. Next, I'm going to do my medium-sized worm. Do you think I'm going to need more beans or fewer beans? Yeah, I'm going to need more because I think this one is a bit longer. I'll do the same thing again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So my medium length worm is 10 beans long. If you haven't got beans, I'm using dried butter beans. You could use pennies, counters, pieces of pasta. Obviously, the smaller the object you make it, the more challenge it's going to be, because there's going to be more counting involved. So whatever you've got at home, objects that are roughly the same size to count the length of your worm. Right, last one, Mr. Long. Are we going to need more than 10, do you think? Yes, because I think this one is going to be the longest. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So my longest worm is 13 beans long. So I was right, he is the longest because he has the most beans. 13 is bigger than 10 and bigger than 4. Okay, so that was our non-standard measure. The last thing we're going to do is use a ruler or a tape measure to have a look at measuring our worms. Okay, so you might want to have a little look if you've got a ruler, a tape measure, like a sewing tape measure, or one of these tape measures. That's really handy. Or you can have a go at making a ruler on a piece of paper if you don't have one. That's fine. We're going to use the centimetres. So I'm going to line up my ruler at the top of my little worm, and I'm going to read down to the number here and see that my little worm is 5 centimetres long. I'm going to write that down. 5 centimetres, or we discovered 4 beans. Okay, so that one's 5 centimetres. Let's have a look. This one should be more because it is longer. We'll start at the head, and this one is 14 centimetres long. 14 centimetres. I'm going to write that down. It was 10 beans, or 14 centimetres, same as the 10 and 4. Right, last one. Last worm here. He was 13 beans long, and in centimetres, he is 19 centimetres long, almost 20. 19. He was 13 beans and 19 centimetres long. There we go. So there you go, there's an idea for an activity for you to try at home. If you want to challenge yourselves, you can use smaller objects to count, you can use longer worms so that you need to do more counting, and then have a go at writing down what you've measured on a piece of paper for each worm. Okay, super. See you soon. Bye.